On today's episode of the Toy Chasers.
I'm the GoBot guy.
Yeah, you're the GoBot.
You know, I just hope that we don't look like a bunch of jerks.
Oh, there's some guys in there too.
Oh my God, this seems like the type of place that's just gonna have something.
It's awesome.
Belligerent Billy, his whole demeanor changes.
I like clocks. All right, we got a little bit of money in there.
We've been invited to Trader's Village early in the morning by the Attic Invaders.
All right, big timer. You're gonna roll out with a 20 bucks.
I was thinking 40, but not too far off.
So I got with Melvor and I told him, hey man, the boys are in town. They want to go to Trader's Village.
I definitely want to take advantage of this opportunity.
It's actually not too bad, 40 bucks.
I try to get a hold of the other guys though, because they are planning on hitting the flea markets very early in the morning, and nobody really seems that interested in waking up that early. Seriously?
And we gotta be at Trader's Village at like 6:30 in the morning. I immediately say no, hang up.
Totally smells like weed right there. Where that clerk was standing outside.
I was totally expecting you to do the Dodongo dance, but instead of you having a 40, you have 40 bucks.
Last minute, Billy gets in touch with me though, and he's willing to go. Not very happy about it, and he lets me know that he's not too happy about waking up that early. I get in his truck, right, and he's glaring at me. I have an energy drink for him, right? He sees it, he snatches it from me, doesn't say a word, and we're on our way.
More and more, I identify with those old people from Cocoon.
Always making fun of me, Billy and Jay, that I sleep too much, yet Jay couldn't even wake up. You know, it is early, and I'm not a... Get away from me.
So Billy and Melvor, they get out of their truck and I could tell by the looks on their faces that they were still sleeping and maybe not too happy.
I like how they're so confident they're gonna come out here and find stuff that they have to bring a damn red wagon. Look at that.
Getting my butt out to Trader's Village while the vendors are setting up, I always strike good deals.
We've been to Trader's Village early before, but early is like 10 in the morning, which is early for us when we go out game chasing, toy chasing.
I came all the way from Belgium. This is actually the 4th time I'm coming over to the US for a toy hunting road trip.
Yeah, no, I'm not a big Care Bear guy.
Really? You got the clock.
I like clocks. I don't like Care Bears. Dude, do you know
But he gets a Care Bear clock.
how much flack I caught over that? Like, I made a lot of people upset over dissing.
Legitimately upset. I love it. You deserved it.
I got texts from people, dude. I'm like, dude, Care Bears are awesome.
Who's gonna be there when it really counts? Do that Care Bears countdown and send a wish out through the air. And send a wish out through the air. Just do that Care Bears countdown. Just when you need them, they'll be there. Just when you need them, they'll be there.
Not everybody's set up, but wow, if I had something like this in my backyard, I'd be there every weekend.
I know this is what you have to do to get toys, but I just find it annoying bugging people as they're unloading their stuff.
It's like cold dirty shit out here.
Billy is here, but he's going to ruin the day by his negative attitude. He's being a real negativity spreader right now. You know, I just hope that we don't look like a bunch of jerks. Just attitude.
I want some vintage G.I. Joe, vintage Transformers, some muscle figures, some Mad Balls, and some video games. But I guess that's asking a little too much.
I'm tired and sleepy, yes, and half awake, but I'm not in a bad mood. How can you be in a bad mood when you're looking for toys?
So we've been here about 30 minutes so far. There really hasn't been anything.
But whenever we do it, it's a disaster every time we've tried it. Every single solitary time.
Getting up early was totally worth it so far.
We find this one vendor that has a bunch of toys.
Honestly, I wasn't expecting this.
We actually don't have this, so might as well pick it up if it's
just
legit.
He's missing everything, but
yeah. I have a Rancor.
Ed actually finds a vintage Kenner Rancor Keeper.
40 years since these came out, and you're still finding them at the flea market. That's awesome.
I'll take it because I have the Rancor to go with it.
He's a piece of crap of a figure. He was one of the worst figures as kids that we had. It kind of sucks if you had the Rancor Keeper like us, but not the Rancor like us. What do you do with him? What do you do with him at that point?
The Rancor monster's hungry again. Let's feed him. Don't do it.
We've come across a booth that has a bunch of random stuff, and in it is a random vintage figure. That's always encouraging.
Kind of makes the rest of us perk up and say, what else is here?
That is a Power Rangers.
yeah.
Oh, and there's Transformer. Or part of it.
In this act of searching the table, a couple of GoBots are found.
Billy. Yeah, so this is Twin Spin.
So he pulls out a Twin Spin, and Twin Spin is a GoBot. Actually, my favorite GoBot of all time. I'm not sure why I have more memories with this Twin Spin than any of the other GoBots, but I do.
Oh, here's another one.
Oh, damn, nice.
Oh, and actually there's two Twin Spins here. I will always defend GoBots. They were cool. They were just cheap Transformer knockoffs that, you know, you could get like at the drugstore.
GoBots, and you control their every move. Behold, Fitor, Copter, Turbo.
You guys want these?
No, take them, dude.
I'm the GoBot guy.
Yeah, you're the good.
And even mopey, belligerent Billy sees these and he gets brighter and he starts smiling and his whole demeanor changes.
Now that I know that there's GoBots in here, I'm very...
Oh, your salad pussy.
Yeah.
He turns into a kid again, just immediately from seeing a couple of broken GoBots. You know, it just goes to show you the power of some of these old action figures that we had growing up and the memories that are connected to them.
The rotors, that's all they... So if the rotors are in there, yeah, look and see if the rotors are in there.
I don't know why I need two Twin Spins, especially since neither of them are complete. But why not? Look, if there's a GoBot here at the flea market in 2024, I'm going to rescue it, okay?
Wrong button.
Part of the Joe.
This is a good booth. There's a lot of pieces for Transformers, for G.I. Joe.
This is for parts, but it's a throttle bot. But it would be good for parts if it's cheap.
But there's a lot of good stuff here, even though it's not complete, it's useful stuff. Get that.
Pipes.
Yeah.
I just see somebody's arm and is holding pipes, and I say, can I have that? And they're like, yeah, sure. And it's one that I don't have. It is a G1 Transformer found at the flea market in 2024.
It's a victory just to find a vintage Transformer out in the wild at this point. I got him because at the time I didn't have Optimus, so he was like my poor man's Optimus.
I know you like pipes because you couldn't get...
Pipe sucks.
You know, Pipe sucks. Hardly had any bearing on the original cartoon. Personality of a sack of potatoes.
As Optimus Prime used to say, transform and roll out.
I mean, he's right there with like Ultra Magnus as far as like having the dullest personality. He sucks, dude. I'm sorry, I'm going off on characters left and right in this episode, but I mean, what do you want me to do? I mean, how do you compliment the Rancor Keeper? There's nothing good to say about him. There's nothing good to say about Pipes. There's nothing good to say about Ultra Magnus, and he ain't even in this episode. Nobody found an Ultra Magnus, but he sucks. He does. And if you like Ultra Magnus, you're stupid. Sorry.
I'm already super happy I found this. So that's like a robotic rocksteady part.
Out comes this robotic bebop or rocksteady gun. This goes to the robotic bebop and rocksteady. I have to pick it up.
Oh, this is too, right? That's one of the alien ones.
Yeah, we'll get it for the one.
While I'm not a big Power Rangers fan, I do really enjoy the ludicrous designs of a lot of the baddies that were in the show, to the point to where if I see some of them, I'll pick them up at a decent price. Look at this.
We're interested in some of this stuff, though. What was the prices on the figures?
Everybody throws their stuff in together in one pot.
40.
Screw you.
40 was a little high.
This is the best way to spend a Sunday morning. Yeah.
Apparently now they're starting to become a little stingy with their toys. $40 for this pile is ludicrous, especially since these two GoBots aren't even complete and the pipes is broken. Usually everyone here at Trader's Village sells their loose toys for like $1.
Would you do 30?
35.
We start paring this pile down pretty fast. Stuff we don't need, stuff we don't really care for.
25.
25. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
So 25 for all this. I don't know how much of their stuff is valued, but they're okay with it. I'm giving them $10 for my stuff. I still think that $10 for pipes and 2 incomplete twin spins is too much, especially when everybody usually here sells their toys for 50 cents or $1.
Be more. I don't know.
I mean, that's worth it.
So what we paid was basically this alone.
Yeah.
So everything else was gravy.
Yeah.
That was a good little find. Good little find.
Let's go find some more.
Let's go find some more.
You know, nothing I got was amazing. I mean, it was something I needed, but it's just the fact that, you know, it's 2024 and you're still finding Transformers and GoBots at the flea market.
If you get a goofy looking robot monster that can do this, why wouldn't you get him?
Will Melvor lose his bag at some point in this flea market and have to go full sprint to find it? Very doubtful.
That's right. Because I'm responsible today.
Okay, so we actually come across some games here, and I see one that catches my eye, Nuclear Strike on the PS1. I've never played this, but it sounds like it's one of those games that I used to play on the Super Nintendo, like Jungle Strike and Desert Strike. Those were always fun. I really liked those. So if this one is like that, I'm interested.
A little bit, it's a 3D lenticular.
I see a Jaws game on the DS. I have a 3DS. It's a handheld that I have always enjoyed. This is one I've never played. I don't know, it could be horrible, but it's not a sports title.
Yeah. You said the games are $5?
He wants $5 each. If you go to Trader's Village, you're going to find out really quickly the bare minimum for any game, no matter how crappy it is going to be $5.
I'll get these two right here.
Ludicrous.
This looks awesome. Lenticular Jaws.
I just knew I had to have it.
Great movie. This is a great movie.
Short Circuit 2. Like, I've called this movie one of the worst movies ever made.
We saw this one like 100 times on cable back in the 80s. But I always had a kind of bad taste in my mouth.
I don't know why I watched it, just because there was nothing else to do, I guess. But I never liked this movie.
Mercy and Holmes!
He's the all-new Johnny 5. Just look at these items. Increased memory, 500 megabytes online. I come with a utility pack.
I watched it not too long ago, and I was like, dude, this isn't as bad as I remember. Like, it's actually not bad at all. I'm kind of embarrassed to say that.
What are you spending on?
Because I did. $5 for both.
So I gotta take back all this trash talking that I've done about this movie for the past several years and say, you know what, I was kind of wrong on it. It's not that bad. So I picked it up on Blu-ray. You know, I'm not wrong about Ultra Magnus, so I'll never change my mind about that one or the Rancor Keeper. But Short Circuit 2, it's a good. Billy just farted, by the way. Completely ruined my train of thought.
There's a Robin Hood in there.
I'm looking at this on-card longbow Robin Hood figure from the movie Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
$5.
It's a vintage Robin Hood figure. Why wouldn't you pick this up? I never had anything from the Robin Hood line because Robin Hood line sucked.
It's cool. It's original Kenner. Get the Sherwood Forest. That looks so much.
There was a lot of reused Kenner product from specifically the old Star Wars line. The highlight of this line is Sherwood Forest. They repurposed the Ewok Village, but it's a huge improvement over the original because they actually included some foliage on the thing to where it actually felt like a forest.
It looks so much better with the foliage.
I see a PS2 Slim here. He says $30. I'm extremely adamant that I'm not going to spend a lot of money on untested CD-based systems at the flea market. I'm just not going to do it.
Hey man, I'll do 20 if you want to do 20 on it.
But at $20 on this day, screw it, I'll take the risk.
How much for this?
I've always appreciated die-cast toys, from the 40s and 50s. I find a piggy bank. This thing could cause some blunt trauma.
This is at least 50s.
You know what's $10 for this thing? I'm picking it up. That's a no-brainer for me because this is something that have hours of amusement with this monkey in coins. So, and I know Billy can easily take that out of context.
It didn't take much to entertain us back in the 50s.
Have hours of amusement with this monkey.
All right, so we're done with the outside area. Now we're gonna go and do something we usually don't do at Trader's Village. We're gonna go to the places that have actual shops. As many times as I've come to Trader's Village, I've never been into this little shop here. I'm immediately just stricken with this sense of, oh my God, this seems like the type of place that's just gonna have something.
All kinds of just random stuff. It's awesome.
I'm back here just looking under every nook and cranny that I can come across.
Necessary roughness, what? Daffy Duck.
There's almost, it's so close to being like something cool here. Crappy PC games.
98.
Oh, it's so close. I just feel like if I just turn over something, there's just gonna be something magical there that's gonna just shine light on my face.
Look at that TV.
I know, yeah, that one.
This is the perfect place to find something, and it's just, unfortunately, the longer I'm in here, the more disappointment I'm finding.
Very eclectic collection here. I got White Snake and MC Hammer, the ebony and ivory of the music scene in the 80s.
I thought that was Paul McCartney and Stevie Wonder.
That too.
We come across this one store, retro video game, action figure type of stuff.
These are awesome. I'm trying to figure out if this one's an upgrade for the one I already have.
One thing that everybody seems to be gravitated towards, this RoboForce playset that's still in the box. It's opened, it's seen better days, but this thing has fantastic artwork on it.
That's really cool. I picked up like 3 or 4 of those yesterday.
So RoboForce was just a small little toy line that came out in the 80s. I actually had one of the figures.
Max Steel's RoboForce!
Presenting Ideal's RoboForce. Max Steel, the leader, and the brave RoboForce warrior robots with crusher arms and whipper bases, each with their own special power. Together they battle the forces of evil.
The figure that just like I gravitated towards, his name was 100. He just looked the coolest out of all of them. I never really knew what this robot that I really enjoyed was from until much later. When I started collecting, I discovered, oh, this is the toy line that this guy had come from.
I recently started collecting RoboForce, so I'm starting to learn some of it, the history behind the line and all of that. I know Nacelle came out with a new line of RoboForce, reintroduced these figures, made them like jumbo size. They are beautiful, but that's, there's something about the vintage, just the look of them.
RoboForce, I never had any of the toys, but I love the 80s depiction of sci-fi, the 80s depiction of robots.
Now, any of these, old play sets from the 80s, they look awesome and epic.
It really is just kind of like your prototypical 1980s sci-fi action figure box art, like the epitome of it.
Oh, it's got is it the comic or not? Is that the comic?
It's in there. Unused sticker.
Oh, wow. Okay. Dude.
That's cool. I pull out the sticker sheet, and the sticker sheet is like unused. You never see stuff like that. I don't think it's been
It looks sealed on the inside. I don't know if this thing...
It seems like, for the most part, this thing is near complete.
Oh, there's some guys in there too.
This is a good. Is that a good one? No.
It's also Robo Force.
Yeah. These are just so freaking cool.
Everybody is just kind of admiring this thing.
130?
Yeah. Okay. They're actually going to go down to 130 on this.
Not a bad price at all, actually, considering the fact this thing still has the box.
What do you want to do?
I don't know, man. We're about to go on this trip, and I'm like...
So everyone is really just kind of circle jerking over this thing.
Are you interested in it? I mean, there's no way you can
There's
get it
no way
home.
I can take this back home. Want to think on it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll put it back.
I'm about to say, I want this thing. Yes, I want this thing.
I think I might be interested.
Go for it.
I hope they take credit card.
Well, duh. Of course.
Credit card?
Yeah.
Okay.
If nobody wants this, hey, it's mine.
I'll do it.
Melvor.
He already said he'd do it. Why are we chanting?
Hey, I'm gonna go ahead and get this.
I was not expecting that. When he like swooped in and said, you know what? I'll take it.
I was this close to saying I'll take it, and he just beat me to it by like a second.
That's very cool.
What a sucker, man. Literally got caught slipping.
I don't know what it is. I've never seen it before.
You were seriously gonna bite?
I was thinking about it. I was seriously thinking about it. And then you jumped in.
I'm really happy for Melvor. That's a great piece. The sticker sheet, dude, like unused, and it was super clean. It's white, not yellowed.
For that price, yeah. Even if it is missing a couple of things, I think the expensive stuff is there.
Like I really should have pulled the trigger, but we were about to get inside of an RV and be on the road for the next 7 days.
I get why you didn't get it though, because you still got that whole trip.
Oh, dude, yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's like, I don't know what we're gonna find. I mean, you'll get it for like 30 I'll look back and be like, yeah, I should have got it.
I'm not into RoboForce, but I was seriously considering it.
I'm actually kind of relieved that Melvor got it because I don't have a place to put this. It would have just kind of sat in a closet. So, you know what? He doesn't either, actually.
My wife's not gonna be happy.
It's better to ask for forgiveness than permission, brother.
I agree.
The logical me is gonna say, you are gonna get in trouble if you bring this thing home and you say that you spent this much money on it. So, I don't think. I just say, you know what? I'm gonna get it. I'll deal with the consequences later.
Then let's get out of here.
I'm glad one of us got it at least and is gonna give it a good home. You know, it'll be safe at Melvor's house unless there's like a flood or something. So overall, it was a fun day. I think Melvor probably had the find of the day. I call it a find. It really wasn't a find. It just looked up on a shelf. But still, it was a good purchase.
You guys be safe, man.
I loved hanging out at Trader's Village today. You know, the guys we were hanging with are awesome.
It was a great day. It was great to hang out with the guys. It was cool seeing even Negative Nancy Billy's bad attitude turn around, you know, as the day went on.
Any robot that has like the vacuum hose for arms, you know what I'm talking about. Those are always awesome.
Over 10 years I've known these guys. This is the first time we synced up to do a hunt, and it was a great time. Regardless of not really finding anything, it was a win.
I have to keep the place set.
Yeah.
Because you're afraid to walk into the house.
Dude, there's no way it's gonna go good for me if I walk in the house with that big old play set.
What if I go into the back, take it into the backyard, into the shed, like I was talking about?
You know what? Actually, it's pretty cool that stupid Jay wasn't here either. Because man, what a wimp, dude. You can't get up. He deserves not to be here and get any good deals and get cool toys. So if there's a loser in this day, it is Jay.
Wait, she doesn't watch? We're safe there?
I don't think she's watched in a while.
Okay, this will be the one she does.
Yeah, you're right.
Action figure where they could give you a hug You know, who doesn't want a huggable evil robot that has a suction cup bottom? It was the 80s, you know, what can I say?
When we were kids, I distinctly remember my grandmother had this just vacuum from the 50s. And the suction tube or whatever, the hose, was like that thick. And you could put your arm through it. And so I would take it off and put it on my arm and chase Chris around the house pretending like I was a robot. And then I would take it off and my arm was just covered in like soot or whatever, and I'd get yelled at, but it was fun.